Hey, welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk all about the best film camera for beginners. Firstly, I wanted to say a massive thank you for all the support left on my last video. It really does mean a lot. And since that video, I've received quite a few messages from people asking what they should get for their first film camera. And so obviously that brings us to today's video. Now I do apologize in advance because the title of this video is a tiny bit misleading. Because while I'm going to discuss my experience with my first film camera ever, which was the Nikon FG20, and I'm going to show you some of the photos I've taken with that, the truth is there is no perfect film camera for beginners. And I know, who would have thought that I'm using clickbait titles on my second YouTube video. But if you're willing to hear me out until the end of the video, you'll understand what I mean. Because at the end of the day, the truth is, the perfect film camera for beginners is just whatever you can get your hands on. Because if you're only just starting out with film photography, or even photography for that matter, picking up whatever's available to you is going to help you dive straight in and learn the basics of exposure and using a manual camera that you can then apply to any camera you use in the future. And I'll be the first to admit that it's really appealing seeing amazing photos taken on a higher end film camera and wanting to drain your entire bank account and pick one up. But starting out with a low-end film camera ensures that you're using as much creative control as possible and not simply relying on the appeal of the camera. Now, for those of you who shoot film, you probably already know all this, but for those people who are wondering where they might pick up an old film camera, there are a few different options. The first place you might want to look is eBay or online resellers. The only issue with that is a lot of these times these people are selling these cameras for profit, and sometimes you can get some pretty crazy markups. So your next best option is looking at somewhere like a thrift store, or an op shop as they're known as here in Australia. And you can easily pick up second-hand film cameras for about $5 or $10 Australian dollars. And if you get super lucky, you could potentially pick up cameras that are worth several $100s for just a few bucks. And then comes your final option. If you have absolutely no money, I can almost guarantee you that if you ask everybody you know, you'll be able to pick up a film camera for free. And I'm serious when I mean ask everyone. Ask your friends, ask your family, ask your neighbors. Someone will have an old film camera laying around collecting dust in a box that they'd be more than happy to see someone use and actually get some use out of. And that's exactly how I scored my first film camera. I was lucky enough that my dad found his old Nikon FG20 laying around in a box and handed it off to me. And as far as film cameras go, this camera is definitely on the lower end. It resells for about $50 Australian dollars. But to reiterate my point, I've taken some of my favorite photos with this film camera. So I thought I'd throw those images together to show you guys, just to prove that you don't need to go out and spend a lot of money on a high-end film camera just to take some really nice images. And as cliche as it sounds, the most important thing to remember is just to grab whatever you can get your hands on and start shooting. And that's pretty much it for all the photos, so I hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at those. And if you're just starting out with film photography, or even if you've been shooting for a while, I'd love to see your work, so make sure you reach out to me on my social medias below. And if you've stuck around this long, I really do appreciate you staying until the end of the video. If you could leave a like and a comment and potentially subscribe, that would be awesome. And I hope you don't mind these retroactive videos about photos I've already taken in the past. I'd really love to leave the house and film more videos and take more photos to show you guys. Unfortunately at the moment, Victoria's still in stage 4 lockdown. Hopefully they'll be lifted soon and I can get out and make some more content. But that's about all, so until next time, thanks for watching.